Hey, you. Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. But you can't be out here. This is private property. Turn around and go the way you came. Are you lost? Well, I can show you back to the trail, but you need to get a move on. Get back to where you came from before it gets dark. That's on the other side of the valley. How long you been out here? You don't look like you've made that hike. Or like you even could, to be honest. You sure as hell won't make it before dark. God damn it. Alright, well, come on. You can stay at my place for the night. You deaf? I said come on. Let's go. Get a move on. You can't stay wandering around out here in the dark. For one thing, I don't want strangers wandering around my property. For another, these woods are dangerous. You shouldn't be out here at all, let alone in the dead of night, especially this time of year. Gets awful cold, and the bears get real ornery. I sure as hell ain't gonna be liable for you getting hurt on my land. So, let's go. Before I stop acting so polite about it. This gun ain't just for show, and you are trespassing. Well, that's more like it. We're not far, just keep it moving. The sun's going down. We have to get back. Inside. Don't mind the cat, she's a glutton for attention. Have a seat wherever. I know it's not much, but it's clean and it's warm. Make yourself comfortable. I'm sorry for being so hard on you back there, but well, I've had a lot of issues with trespassers. Seems to be a lot of them lately. And they ain't never here for any good reason. You want to go ahead and tell me what yours is? You ain't from killing, clearly. Few things outsiders ever come round here for. Always bringing their trouble with them. Here, that'll warm you up. It's just tea, and it ain't poisoned if that's what you're worried about. I think you're probably poisoned enough as it is. There's a lot of things to be scared of out here, but I'm not one of them. At least not right now. And not if you do as I say. Well, it's very simple, darling. Tonight you will stay here. In the morning I'll lead you out the valley myself. Then you go home, and you never come around out this way again. What happens if you don't do as I say? Well, I can't make you do anything. I learned a long time ago that I can't force someone to do something they dead set against. But I encourage you very strongly to do as I recommend. If you don't, well, that's your choice, and you will have to live or die with the consequences of it. I'm not threatening you. I am warning you. I am pleading with you to do as I say. I have lived in this valley near all my life. I was born here. I will die here. I left once, but I never really got out. Never got away from it. Never escaped it. That river flows in the blood of every soul unfortunate enough to be born on its shores. And its current will always pull you back. Nobody leaves this river for long. I know all about it. More than I want to. More than anyone should. So why don't you go on and tell me what you're doing out here? Yeah, I suspected as much. You want to see the riverman, do ya? My, how you all come and go. Oh, you're certainly not the first. And unfortunately, you won't be the last. More and more have been coming lately. It ain't a good sign. What do you want to find him for, huh? Some friend sent you out looking for him. Must not be right in the head. Did your friend tell you anything about this riverman? Do you know what it is you're after? Yeah, so you can deliver something to him. I know that. Everyone who comes to find him always comes with something. A token, a toll. Riverman always needs one. It can be anything. A charm, a doll, a key. It can be anything. But that's how he knows you're serious. You can't come empty-handed. You have to bring him something special that proves to him you can uphold your end of the deal. It's not really what you got that matters, but how you got it. I'm sure you know just what I mean. The doll wasn't something lying around. You did something for it. Something you can't come back from. Everyone from here knows about the Riverman. Even as children, you'd share stories about him to scare each other, like a ghost story. Thing is, no one could tell you where the story started, or even where you first heard it. We just always knew. But it's like, well, you know those old stories about people making deals with the devil, standing in the crossroads and offering their souls in exchange for something they want bad enough. Money, fame, talent, whatever it is they're after. The Riverman is a story like that. He makes deals. Only he don't want your soul. No. He wants to make your soul as bad as his. Corrupt you, twist you into the worst version you could possibly conceive of, and then some. You'll get what you want, but you'll be rotted from the inside out. Everyone knew it. And everybody around here knew somebody who made that deal and got their wish, only to end up doing terrible things. And it's not because they owed it to him. You don't owe him anything when the deal is done. But it's more that he inspires them. They want to do it. They want to become more like him. And they will do awful things to prove it. Fires, robberies, murders, mothers poisoning babies and throwing them in the river, fathers chopping up their little girls into pieces. This land is home to so much blood that it's cursed earth, going all the way back to when it was settled. The original name of this valley was Killing. That's how bad it was. No one wanted to live out here. They changed the name to Killin', as if that would change anything. No one in their right minds wanted to live out here. The only folks on this river are the ones sorry enough to be born on it. We can't ever shake it loose. It ain't a believing thing. It's a knowing thing. I know he's real. There were times when the woods were still and quiet. Peaceful even. Like he was sleeping. But they'd always wake up. I wanted to think it a legend. A dull tale. But I've seen too much blood pour out this valley to know it's not. And these last few years, the quiet spells get shorter and shorter. More and more people come in than ever before. I don't know why, but it can't be good. No, I've never seen him. Not directly. And I think whatever higher power there might be, that I haven't. You have to be invited to see the Riverman. People outside this valley ain't born knowing about him. They have to be invited to him. Like your friend invited you. That's how it works. It's like a chain letter. When someone makes a deal and gets what they want, they'll invite someone else to go and make one too. Years ago, there was a man in this valley by the name Edmund Cox. You may have heard of him. One of the most notorious serial killers this side of the Mississippi. And he wasn't the first man to go on a murder spree around killing, but he was one of the worst. He saw the Riverman. I can't tell you what deal he made, but he did the sort of thing you do after seeing the Riverman. They caught him, locked him up, but he was plotting. Somehow he had himself some Leady fans. You may have heard of that sort of thing. Women writing to vile men, locked up for the nastiest things. Somehow getting attached to them. I won't claim to understand it. It don't make a lick of sense to me. But it happens. And it happened to Edmund. And he used it to his advantage. The way I hear it told, he convinced one of his groupies to come up here to make a deal with the Riverman on his behalf. Guess she did it not long after he escaped from prison. And they found that sorry girl dead in her apartment. And he went on the run for a while. Eventually they found him and they killed him. Good riddance, if you ask me. I own his land now. His girl got a fella killed. They say he ferried her up there to see the Riverman. Foolish mistake. But I bought his land too. Any scrap of this valley I can get my hands on, I will. And I've gotten quite a bit. You see, my own grandfather made a deal with the Riverman. Got everything he wanted. Riverman made him rich. But he also made him crazy. I was 15 when I watched him butcher my family. Tried to kill me too. You can still see the scar from the bullet hole in my side. Long story short, I survived that night. And he didn't. But I was the only one left. So I got everything. That bloody money. I ain't used it for anything else. But I'll spend every last penny of it to buy up as much of killing as I can. I'm trying to keep people out, you see. Trying to keep people from being born here. Trying to keep people from coming. Trying to break the chain. I don't know if it will stop the riverman. I don't think anything really could. But maybe it can contain him. Keep his rot from spreading any further than this valley. I will do anything to keep him trapped here. To keep more folks from coming. He's angry about it, I think. He's lashing out. Knows I'm keeping him from his meals. I've seen the hell he walks in. What killing really looks like. He's been showing it to me. To scare me. Well, it does. It scares me a lot. It scares me to think that that's how he'd shade the world if given the chance. I can't give him that chance. You understand? I can see it in your eyes. You won't leave. You won't turn back. No matter what I do or what I say, you'll keep going to him. I can't let you do that. I have to break the chain. You understand? I hoped you'd be different. That you could be convinced. But they never are. It's a shame. Don't worry. By now you'll be feeling real tired. That tea I gave you, it'll just relax you. Let it. You'll fall asleep. Just like that. No fear. No pain. I don't know if you hold any beliefs about the afterlife. But rest easy, knowing anywhere you go now is a far better fate than where you would have been if you'd gone to see the river Meow.